We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Red Embrace Hollywood. We're here talking to Randall, and it's really sweet how he's really trying to be like, well, I really want to help this girl, but I can't because Charisse is on her ass, or our asses. He really did sound apologetic, even though he didn't necessarily have any reason to be. I also find it weird that there's actually no gallery in this game. You have stats and like preferences, which is settings, save, log, load, and if you go to the menu, even then I don't see a gallery. So let me actually save this, turn to menu, and there's like literally no gallery option, which kind of sucks for anyone that's trying to make a playthrough that needs that CG art that we get whenever stuff happens. But just a pet peeve of mine that there isn't any, but yeah, just my problems. Well, Charisse wants a truce with you eventually, which you agree to one. So how do you feel about working with a Scary? Obviously he's not going to agree to one. He doesn't want to work with us. These choices are garbage. I don't know which one is worse, more worse, or least worse, less worse than the other. I guess this one. He's gonna laugh, aren't you? What? She says you're the leader of the Mavar and wants to be allies for some good forsaken reason. She thinks you should be good to work with. No, she thinks you're the leader, I guess. Ha! I choked. I choked. Oh, the choked laugh of disbelief erupted from his throat. If he reacted like that to just the mention of an alliance, it probably didn't bode well for Charisse. That's the dumbest thing I've heard all month. And I just read a magazine ad trying to tell me my dick wasn't big enough. Sure, these guys look up to me, but I'm not their leader. They have no leader. That's kind of the fucking point. Told her that 100 goddamn times too. Hard concept for a dog the fastest to grasp, I guess. He muttered his last words spitefully, grinding a stray piece of gravel underneath its boot. You sounded like a leader earlier. Are you sure you're not just looting yourself? Yeah, I think Charisse might have been pals with Stalin. Who the fuck is Stalin? You sounded like a leader earlier though, to be honest, at least to me. Me, I'm just their voice. You know, 50 guys shouting at once, that can get real loud. Now, one guy speaking for the group, that makes negotiations a lot easier, even if I'd rather negotiate with my knuckles in that motherfucker's face. He snarled, grinding his fist into his palm, glaring in the direction the Golgotha went off earlier. Christ, I can't believe Queen Bitch thinks I'll work under her. Every Ascari is always out to use or kill you for power. That's just how it goes. I feel like you're dissing me. They say they're all about beauty and peace and words of over fighting, but it's all fucking sham. One big bunch of snakes. I'm an Ascari, actually, sir. Ah, shit. Wait, what did it say? You are, aren't you? Abruptly stiffening, Randall stared at me for a few seconds. His fingers curled into a fist, knuckles turning white. But before long, he let out a pained sigh. If I didn't have a soft spot for newbies, I'd be real tempted to crack you open right here. But I won't. My point still stands. The Scar will fuck you over no matter what, even if you're part of the same house. And those Golgotha creeps, they're all wrapped up in shit. I don't know, conspiracy theories or weird prophecies or something? Except for Marcus anyway. Marcus is the best gold I know around here. Marcus is amazing, wears sunglasses and all. Yeah, I can't understand anything he says. It's great. I ran into him once and I think that's plenty for me. I think he's pretty great, to be honest. Right, I've got no idea why the fuck he wears those things, but hey, it's a free country, even though it's nighttime. Marcus, man, I used to hate his guts since he was always playing nice with Queen Bitch, not to mention that slow preachy way he talks. But then, when I shut up and actually listened to what he said, I realized he's got it all figured out. The politics, the mind games, everything. Randall paused, shaking his head in bemused awe. He didn't seem like the type of guy who'd respect just anyone, so the fact that he thought so highly of Marcus must have really meant something. That guy could be king of Los Angeles if he wanted to. Hell, probably the whole world. But instead, he just hangs out in his porn store and sells giant rubber dicks. It really makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, maybe that's his best life. He's living his best life. Randall clutched his stomach, doubling over as if he just cracked the best joke of the century. And that leaves your house, Mavar, right? My house is full of scumbags who go goth or crazy. What's wrong with the Mavar? Yeah, what's wrong with our house? Your house? Good work, I can tell you've been paying attention. Not a whole lot to say about us, really. Mavar don't complicate shit. We just don't stand for unfair rules, and Queen Bitch is full of them. Vampires should be able to do whatever the hell they want. No murder sprees and no revealing your nature in public. Aside from that, we like to live our own lives as well as we damn well please. Usually on the wilder side. Got a problem with another vampire? Face them head on, no politics. That shit's for the scary. To be honest, I'm not into politics though, so... Whatever, I'll be out of that situation. We're a beast after all, and Mavar don't hide from that. We embrace it. Interesting, dangerous, but interesting. Sounds a little barbaric. So being a vampire is an excuse to ignore law and order. No. No. It's interesting, dangerous, but interesting. I mean, everybody has their own points of view of living, so, and again with the politics and stuff, everyone views it differently. No more dangerous than this guy scheming or Gotham mind games. We don't dance around shit, and that's how it should be. If you slap rules onto a world as dangerous as ours, you're gonna have a problem. Trying to make crazy powerful creatures all play nice with each other is a recipe for fucking disaster. Lying, murder, theft, it's a piece of cake for us. Whatever, you'll understand one day. Maybe. With a wry smile, Randall reached out to clamp a large hand on my shoulder, squeezing it roughly. Alright, kid, it's been fun, but I need to go make sure the others aren't running down goals in the street or anything else too crazy. I'm usually at the beach with my crew, so if you ever decide to hop onto the winning team... He trailed off and clicked his tongue playfully, winking at me. Thanks, Randall. Nah, no need to thank me. We were all newbies once. I do my best to remember that. Wow, you're real nice. You're really nice. For a very, beefy looking guy. And with that, we parted ways. I left the parking garage with a slightly clearer picture of the world I'd been tossed into thanks to Randall. Luckily, the guard at the entrance was gone, so I avoided another awkward encounter. Maybe Randall would explain things to him later. The whole mess had worked out somehow, although I hadn't to wonder how much was just beginner's luck, since most of it seemed too convenient to be true. Well, Charisse, are you here? I arrived at the hotel with an overwhelming sense of relief, making my way back to the meeting room from last night. Sorry. Heath! As it turned out, Charisse and Heath were already waiting for me. Welcome back, Michiko. We already heard about the little mess you caused at the parking garage. Word travels fast. Heath's airy voice rang with pride, and he offered me an encouraging smile. Yes, you've done quite an impressive job. Your performance certainly surpassed my expectations. Unsurprisingly, Charisse didn't match Heath's smile, but she did offer me a sharp nod. You tricked me, you complete bitch! I wouldn't say that. Save over this one. Yeah, but it was not a piece of cake. Yeah, but... yes. I feel like I have to hold my breath every time we see you. Before we go any further, let me clear the air. Because she gives me such intense vibes. I predicted that Randall would see through the night deception. However, you accomplished a twofold task perhaps without realizing it. You disrupted their truce discussions, at least for now. And you also made yourself known by name to Randall, who is a significantly powerful vampire. From the smug lilt in her tone, I could tell Charisse was pretty pleased with the outcome of events. Did that mean my instincts were right? None of what happened back there was an accident? As I mentioned earlier, your naivety is assumed by everyone you meet. Even secretive, insular vampires will open to you simply because they want to win you to their cause. You should use this to your advantage while you still can. Ingratiate yourself with those who believe you have no allegiances. That seems kind of dishonest. Aren't you just trying to win me to your cause? Duly noted, I'm not as naive as they think as they think I am. That seems kind of dishonest though. I'm a kind soul that also punches out guards. On the contrary, there's nothing dishonest about it. Most vampires have only their own self-interest at heart. If they're foolish enough to believe you incapable of critical thought, then they deserve whatever they get. Alright. You're gonna get it. She sniffed pointedly, nudging her glasses back up her nose. The matter aside, I have another task for you. It entails less conflict, but it is of equal importance. I guess I'm listening, I guess. Okay. I'm listening. One of my contacts in South LA was unreachable tonight. I need to know why, but I can't spare any of my other associates to go find her. Things are very busy, you see. I imagine she's perfectly fine, as she often vanishes for a night or two to engage in frivolities. Okay, I guess hunting for blood, but I'd like to confirm the situation. Go to the area, track her down, and report back to me. Not too complicated, is it? Understood, I'll be back once I've found your contact. Fine, but I hope you make it worth my while. Should I be sassy? She's ordering me a whole lot. Am I getting some out of this? Well, beyond ensuring your immortality for another day, I suppose an additional reward might be in order. A contemptuous sigh left her lips, as if my question had inconvenienced her terribly. I'm not doing it for free. Even if you're giving me a house to stay in, it's kind of your fault that I'm here. Very well. One final thing, Michiko, before you go. Yes, Miss Locke? What is it? Or say nothing. Yes, Miss Locke. I suggest you partner yourself with, or at least try to learn from, an old vampire. Older vampire? Yeah, older vampire. Sorry, my bad. My agent here, Heath, is relatively new himself, but he may have some valuable insights on Hollywood to share with you. When Charisse mentioned his name, Heath perked up. His eyes sparkled curiously. Did I hear you compliment me just now, Charisse? I was merely stating the facts. She coolly replied to Heath without missing a beat. Oh, I see. Don't worry, I'm going for Heath. Moving along, Marcus too possesses remarkable insight and knowledge, but as a Golgotha, he is also particularly eccentric, and his loyalties are unpredictable. Take everything he says with a grain of salt. Okay, so don't be serious when he said to not trust anyone. Don't take it seriously. And this may come as a surprise. If you decide to seek out Randall as a mentor, I won't stop you. I acknowledge the strength of his position as well as his charisma and conviction. However, do not let yourself be swayed by his anarchistic beliefs. The current war is proof of what happens when vampires eschew leadership: chaos, paranoia, and bloodshed. You make all this sound pretty scary. Thanks for the advice. I'll choose carefully. So you should. The decision may be the most important one you ever make. Well, I'm going for Heath. Heath and I will be staying here to discuss affairs, but I'll expect a report in the next few days, Michiko. She lifted an elegant hand, pointedly gesturing towards the door. Alright. Heath looked disappointed, flashing an apologetic grimace when Charisse wasn't looking, but it seemed like he was stuck there for the moment. Well, I can't save you, my boy. I took the hint and left, heading towards the elevator. A part of me wondered what fares they were talking about, but eavesdropping probably wouldn't worth the risk. Wouldn't be worth the risk. My room welcomed me back with all its glamorous, lifeless shine. But as relieved and happy as I was to complete my trial, I felt incredibly restless and uneasy. Sad time again. Lifting the curtains with one hand, I gazed out the window, absorbing the vibrant cityscape before me. Yesterday, it had all felt like a dream. Today, my reality was finally settling in. I was a vampire, chained to eternity, trapped behind glass, separated from the Hollywood life I've dreamed of. So close and forever unreachable. Like the cityscape, that dream would always glitter in the distance, a reminder of what I lost. No matter how strong I was, it still felt like my whole world had just plunged upside down, and I couldn't find anywhere to put my feet. Maybe I really did need a mentor to help me through this. Rules, etiquette, and powers. I could figure those out by myself given enough time. But that wasn't what I needed most. I needed a way to ground myself, to figure out what being a vampire really meant, and who I was becoming. The three men Charisse mentioned seemed to know what they were doing, if nothing else. There was a good chance that one of them could help me discover my place in this new life. With that, I made up my mind. Tomorrow I'd go and see. Heath, of course. No brainer. I basically told you guys in the very beginning that I am going for Heath. I am pre-recording this, so I'm not gonna know if you guys are telling me to like play Randall and Marcus as well. But if you guys are going to tell me to play them, I would do Marcus and then Randall last. Just because Marcus is quite interesting, and Randall, I feel like he's gonna be, I'm really nervous that Randall might actually be the all-time top guy, just because like he's like the big teddy bear, but who knows. But anyway, this is where I'm going to end today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.